During the workout section of this program, please be aware of the following advice. Always work at your own pace and stop if you feel tired or dizzy. Any pain during exercise is a warning sign. If it hurts, stop. If you have any medical condition that would make exercise risky for you, consult your doctor before attempting the routine.
Now you can eat to live, not live to eat.
No need for secret binges, no need for guilt trips, and no locks on the fridge.
Forget diets, forget calories, and forget about worrying about your weight.
Get slim and fit, stay slim and fit, and eat as much as you like.
We're talking about activity and nutrition, not sacrifice and starvation.
Sure, you should lose weight, but that's just the beginning.
Trust your body, not your habits.
It's not really about what you eat, it's about how you eat it.
Okay, let me make a couple of guesses here. It's a pretty safe bet that you're watching this video because you think you're unfit, overweight, or both. And the chances are that you might well have tried lots of other ways to get slim and healthy before this. Well, let me tell you something that's going to shock you, but it might not surprise you. You're never going to get the body you want by going on a diet. Think about what we do and tell me how much sense it actually makes. We put on a few pounds and we get worried. We get worried and we get miserable. We get miserable and the chances are we're going to get unwell and unfit. Now you're worried, you're miserable, you're ill and you're still overweight. So you diet. You stop eating what makes you happy, you stop eating what makes you healthy, and you panic your body into using all the things that it's stored away for when you really need them. Now you're a bit thinner, but you're hungry. You're less healthy and you're really miserable. So you binge. Now you're not hungry anymore. You just feel guilty, sick, miserable, unfit, and you're back to your original weight. Sound familiar? I know, I've been there too. You have to realise that diets by themselves are only ever short-term solutions to a long-term problem. It seems the only way they can work is by being brutal. And who wants to live their whole life like that? So eventually you stop the diet, you drift back into your usual eating habits, the weight creeps back, and the whole process starts all over. If you really want to change your body for the better and for good, you've got to change a couple of things in your life for the better and for good. I've stopped dieting, I changed those things in my life, and since then I've been fitter, I've been healthier, and I've been able to eat what I like, as much as I like, and as often as I like. And in 8 weeks, I've not only lost over a stone, but I'm also down to a size 12.
You are older than you think. In fact, your body has been shaped by millions of years of evolution, from monkeys right up to man. The design of your body is quite incredible. Did you know that the surface area of your digestive tract is actually the size of a football pitch? And each cell of that surface area is replaced every 4 days. The beauty of this program is that it describes a system which works with the natural design of your body, not against it, unlike crash diets. Every day you're walking around in this amazing machine that takes in all sorts of junk and rubbish, converts whatever it can into positive, powerful energy, and then cleans out anything it can't use. Your body knows how it should function, how it should behave, and what weight it should be. And if you just give your body what it needs, it will get on with it. You'll get to your ideal weight without any sacrifice, and you'll stay there without any effort.
Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? Well, actually, I'll let you into a little secret. Not only is it absolutely 100% not one word of a lie true, but that's just the half of it. Losing weight and firming up your body are just side effects of this system. What it's actually going to do is clean up your whole system from the inside out and give you back the healthy body you used to have before you messed it up by living in it. Oh, and most amazing of all, it's got very little to do with how much you eat, just how you eat it and when.
First and foremost, your body is a machine for turning food into energy. Energy which it then uses to create heat, move muscles, heal itself, clean itself, and power the brain. Energy is the most precious resource you have. It is the very essence of life. Every function of your body requires it in some form or another. And ironically, the thing that uses up most of our energy is the very process of making it. Nothing we do takes more energy out of our system than digesting and disposing of food matter. Why do you think you get so tired after a big meal? Every spare bit of energy has been sent to the digestive tract to help salvage what it can from that plateful of food you just consumed. At the best of times, this process is a delicate balance. Obviously, the body needs to extract significantly more energy from food than it uses up trying to obtain it. Now, some junk food already makes this an uphill struggle, but the whole thing is further complicated by the fact that different types of food are digested in different ways. And it's all too easy to combine things in your stomach which give your body an impossible task. An impossible task which wastes huge amounts of precious energy. Energy which could have been far better employed cleaning out some of the waste material which we inevitably accumulate inside us, and which has a direct bearing on our level of fitness and body weight. If we are to maximize the potential of what we eat, then we must make every effort to avoid combining foods that fight.
Foods that fight? Don't worry, it sounds more complicated than it really is. Once you get into the swing of it, there's nothing to it. In practice, the only two food groups you actually need worry about are protein meals and starch meals. Protein means this lot: meat, eggs, some of the beans and seeds, and most dairy products. And starch means bread, cereals, flour, pasta, rice and potatoes. Everything else, like vegetables or salads, buttercream, herbs and bran, you needn't worry about. You can eat all you like with either starch or protein. There's a much more detailed list of these three categories and loads of recipe ideas as to how you can prepare them in the pamphlet, so you can read up on it later. But now we've got these two food groups carefully sorted, let's explain why you have to keep them apart.
For millions of years, our ancestors have roamed around, picking things out of trees, pulling stuff out of the ground and eating it. No supermarkets in those days. Everything was 100% whole and natural, raw and vegetarian. Occasionally they'd catch an animal and eat just that for a couple of days. The body digests concentrated protein like meat by producing loads of acid in the stomach. But to digest starch, we need an alkaline environment. Acid and alkaline cancel each other out. So eating concentrated protein foods with starchy foods inevitably means that a whole lot of undigested food is going to hang around in the stomach and eventually start to rot. Little energy is created from the food, but a huge amount is wasted trying to break it down and finally move it out of the body.
It is not pleasant, but it is vital that you understand the problems caused by eating protein and starch together. They just don't mix. Any meal that you have which has both starch and protein in it is likely to fight right inside your stomach, making it much harder to digest and take far longer to come out. What this really means is that your body is clogging up with undigested food and wasting the precious energy which should be busy doing more important things, like sorting out your weight and making you more healthy. Look, I know it sounds hopeless, but in actual fact, the solution is very simple. Organise your meal so that you're not swallowing starch and protein at the same time. OK, so you may have to forego a few favourite dishes, and I'm afraid puddings are always going to be a problem. But it's only your head that's going to miss them. Believe me, your stomach won't shed any tears over the demise of steak and chips or spaghetti bolognese. Anyway, don't dwell on what you're avoiding, concentrate on what you can now try. Don't think of this as a restriction, think of it as a licence to experiment. You can make a lot more use of salads and vegetables to supplement the meal. Use our recipe ideas, use your own recipe ideas, use your own imagination, but above all, use your head. There's no way around it, I'm afraid. A starch and protein combination is not the best way to make a healthy meal, and it's not the best way to make energy. What it does make is a lump of indigestible bulk that's going to hang around inside you until you've finally got the energy to get rid of it.
Non-protein food usually passes out of the stomach in just a couple of hours. If you mix protein and starch in the same meal, that time could be quadrupled. All the time food is lodged in the stomach, it is sapping your energy, and you can't even begin to convert that food into new energy until it's in your intestines. But that's only one part of the process. How much you weigh is not really about how much you eat. It's far more to do with how much free energy you have inside your body and how efficiently that energy can be used not just to digest, but also to cleanse. Once you get this process right, you will feel much better, have more energy, and start to shed excess weight.
Now, this may come as a surprise to you, but over half of your fabulous, fascinating body is made up of nothing more complicated than this. Water. Now, apart from about 1 million other jobs, like delivering all the nutrients you eat to every part of your body, water has a vital role to play in this system. Whatever you eat, no matter how carefully you select and combine it, some of it is going to be left as waste, clogging up your body. Make no mistake, a build-up of waste material in your body is one of the reasons that you put on weight. Now, if you clear out that waste material, you'll lose weight. This bit has got a lot less to do with starch and protein and much more to do with water.
The only thing that will keep your body clean and keep your weight down is water. Loads of water. More than half of you is water, so it makes perfect sense that more than half of what you put inside you should be water. You don't only get water by drinking it. Vegetables are full of it. That's why you can eat as many vegetables as you like without putting on any weight. What actually turns your food into you are enzymes. No energy is made without enzymes, and enzymes don't work without vitamins. Raw vegetables are packed full of water, enzymes, and vitamins. So remember to eat fresh vegetables, raw or lightly cooked. When food has become processed or even overcooked, the vital enzymes and vitamins are destroyed, and all the goodness is lost.
So, loads of fresh vegetables, lightly cooked. Remember, what we have to do is make sure over half of what we eat contains a lot of water. And as soon as you get this right and make a habit of it, your insides will be as clean as your outsides, and your outsides will look and feel a lot better as a result. Now, I know that asking you to eat vegetables for half of every meal sounds like it might get a bit tedious after a while, but don't worry, there is a secret ingredient to this system. Over here. A secret ingredient that tastes wonderful but is nearly all water. A secret ingredient that comes in more flavours and varieties than you'd ever believe, yet whips through your stomach in under half an hour. It contains excellent levels of the absolute essential elements that we have to find in food, but it takes hardly any energy to digest it. It is the most healthy and effective stuff that you could ever hope to eat, and yet it is widely available and very reasonably priced. In fact, it grows on trees.
If the top nutritional scientists were to sit down and design the perfect energy food, all the vital elements in all the right quantities, nice to eat, easy to digest, packed with energy, and laden with healthy cleansing water. Eventually, they'd come up with fresh fruit. Fortunately for us, we don't have to wait around that long. Fresh fruit is the single most important nourishment we can take, and its life force is unsurpassed by any other food. But like starch and protein, you will only derive the benefits of fruit if you eat it in the right way. Inside your body, fresh fruit travels like an express train compared to the plodding progress of other food matter. Within half an hour of you eating a piece of fresh fruit, it is already giving up the precious water and energy it contains, all with very little effort or exertion on your part. But this process will only work if you make sure the fruit isn't held up behind other slower food. As wonderful as fruit is, if it has to hang around in your stomach waiting for other food to be digested, it will rot and all the benefits will be lost.
Okay, all this means is that you've got to change the way you eat fruit. Believe me, this stuff is so good for you that any little sacrifices are worth making if it means your body is going to reap the benefits. Let's assume that you are now eating properly combined meals and not taking starch and protein at the same time. This means that even your heavy meals are only going to be sat in your stomach for about 3 hours. And remember, fresh fruit is only there for about half an hour. What you have to ensure is that you eat fresh fruit on an empty stomach and keep that stomach clear from anything but fruit until it has all passed through. Now this means leaving at least 3 hours after a properly combined meal before you eat fresh fruit and leaving 20 minutes after your last piece of fruit before you eat anything else. Now this may sound a bit inconvenient at first, but remember there is a very simple, very effective and exceedingly beneficial way you can put all this into practice. It's based around a clock, a body clock, your body clock.
Your body is not designed to digest complex foods the minute you wake up. What it really needs is energy food that's easy to digest. Later on in the day, you can eat the complex food that fuels your body's maintenance work, making new cells. Even after you've digested food, there's still a lot more to happen. The food has to be absorbed and taken to the right building sites. Then there's all the unwanted bits to get rid of. While you sleep, your body is making good use of the nutrients in your food and getting whatever's left over ready for disposal. The whole process takes about 24 hours. And you can help it along by making sure you leave at least an hour after your last meal before you go to bed, and giving your body only what it really needs when you wake up.
Now here's something you'll find hard to swallow. The one thing that won't help: breakfast. When all of your body's energy is devoted to clearing out waste material, the last thing it wants is the distraction of having to swallow, break down and digest this lot. Now I'm not saying don't eat. You can eat as much as you like. You can spend the entire morning eating for all I care and it'll do you nothing but good, as long as you only eat fresh fruit. Think about it. What could be better? You've not eaten anything since the previous day, so your stomach will be clear. You're eating 90% water, which can only help with the cleansing process. You're taking it in a form that needs hardly any time and hardly any energy to digest. Look, let's be realistic here. If you can't always manage to keep your starch and your protein separated, don't panic. You can always try again the next day. And if you don't always do the exercises I'm going to show you later on, don't worry about it too much. Every little helps. If you only ever remember 3 things from this programme and just concentrate on getting them right, make it these 3 things.
Rule 1, eat only fruit until lunch. Rule 2, eat only fruit until lunch. Rule 3, eat only fruit until lunch.
Get the picture? Seriously, I can't tell you enough how good that advice is. If that's the only thing you ever do, you'll be setting yourself up with a cleaner, healthier, more energetic and a thinner body. And who wouldn't want one of those, eh? But if you take that advice and combine it with all the other things we've been talking about, I'll tell you, within a few days you should feel better, you should look better and you should weigh a lot less. And you'll be at the beginning of a lifestyle that will allow you to eat more or less whatever you want and as much as you want. And all it'll do to you is make you healthy and happy.
Think rules, not recipes. Remember, this is not a diet. Forget diets. This is a new way to live your life. All you've got to do is master just 3 basic rules, and you can apply them wherever you are, however you want. 1 digestive environment, starch and protein will fight inside your stomach. Keep them separate and you will digest your food much more efficiently, more quickly, more effectively, and free up valuable energy in the process. Eat fresh fruit and vegetables. More than half of your body is water, so most of your meals should be high water content foods. Only fresh fruit and vegetables can provide this. If you keep up your water content, you will keep your body clean and lean. Nothing but fruit until lunch. Fruit contains everything your body needs for energy in the most accessible package imaginable. Eat a lot of it and always eat it on an empty stomach.
Always remember that your body is your best friend. No matter what you may think of it sometimes, it really is doing its best for you all the time. If you just help it rather than hinder it, it will automatically turn into what you've always wanted it to be: firmer, fitter and healthier. The theory of food combining and cleansing is not new, but there's plenty of further information out there if you want to go into more detail. But trust me when I tell you that it works extremely well. All you have to do to change your life and change your body is change your habits. A few months from now, you won't even have to think about what you should or you shouldn't be eating and when you should be eating it. It'll seem like you've always lived like this, apart from one big difference. You'll be living with a body that has finally been allowed to function smoothly, and the only price you have to pay is looking great and feeling great. Now look, wonderful though this system is, nothing in the world is going to help it more than a little exercise on your part. I'm not asking you to join the gym or run a marathon, well not yet anyway, but to begin with, a brisk half-hour walk each day will start to work wonders for your body. In the meantime, the first thing you're going to notice once the system takes effect is that you're losing weight, and you're going to be losing some of it from muscle tissue. Before you worry about your daily walk, I'm going to show you a method of toning which a lot of top dancers and athletes use to shape, stretch and exercise their bodies. It may not turn you into a world-class ballerina, but it will help flatten your stomach and generally take up the slack as you slim down. It's a routine that lasts just over 40 minutes, but it's not going to leave you in a state where you need as long as in the shower just to get over it. If you can, try and make sure you do it about 3 times a week. It will soon start to have an effect.
The following exercises are intended to be done at your own pace, using your breathing as a guide for speed. Controlled and flowing movements are vital. It's how you do it, not how many, that will make the difference. So remember, quality, not quantity. Okay, initially we're just rocking our pelvis backwards and forwards. It's a nice gentle movement. The idea in this is to just warm up the lower back. Don't try to put any effort into this at first. Just literally rocking the pelvis backwards and forwards as far as it's comfortably going to go. While you're doing this, you'll feel the way you can actually sense your chin bobbing up and down, corresponding with the movement happening across your pelvis. It really is a small movement. You're not pushing the movement at all. Try not to grip with your thighs. If you are, you're taking the movement too big. Try not to grip with your butt, keeping that nice and relaxed. You can really just sense how far your pelvis moves with ease. Just warming it up gently. Do this a good 10 to 20 times. Just letting it rock backwards and forwards. Your knees are bent up in line with your hips. Your feet are in parallel in line with your hips as well. Your shoulders should be nice and relaxed with your elbows bent along your side just a little bit. You're also using this exercise to actually feel how well your back in that area in particular moves. It's a really good key to how that area is feeling. Now that we've done that a good 10 times, bend your knees in, one at a time. Interlock your fingers over your knees, and as you breathe out, pull your knees in towards you. Breathe in and relax, and as you breathe out, let your knees just gently pull in towards you. And again, it doesn't have to be a big movement. It really is quite subtle. You're working on the lower back area. relaxing on the in-breath, and breathe out through the mouth. 1 foot at a time back on the mat. Have the feet together, have the knees together. This time we're going to use the abdominals. Breathe in as you are. Breathe out, pull your navel down into your spine. That's now going to create that tilt motion for you. Hold the position as you breathe in, and then breathe out again and roll your pelvis back down so that your back is flat. Breathe in as you are. As you breathe out, pull your navel down into your spine. Make sure it's conscious effort. You're doing it. You're controlling the movement. Breathe in and hold, and breathe out and roll back down again. Taking up a little bit higher this time. Now again, same principles as on the previous exercise. The bum is relaxed. You're controlling the movement from your center. Don't let your back arch as you come down.
Right.
Breathe in. As you breathe out, pull your navel into your spine. That carries you up out of vertebra into the movement each time. Breathe in at the top and breathe out again as you roll back down, trying to place vertebra by vertebra on the mat as you go through the movement. So the exercise is intended to work on two things. One, that vertebra by vertebra movement, so you're really having to control the movement through your spine, gaining space between each vertebra. At the same time, you're using your abdominals to control the movement. Take it up a little bit higher each time. Don't actually go all the way up onto your neck, just onto your shoulder blades. That way you're sure that you won't be arching when you're at the top. Breathe in. Out as you go up. That's exactly right. Breathe in at the top and peel down through your spine, vertebra by vertebra. Remember to keep your knees together right the way through. That means that your inner thighs will be very gently supporting the movement. They'll be keeping that position for you. You've just got 2 more. You're breathing out as you're going up. Take it right up onto your shoulder blades now, but don't arch. And again, the out breath on the movement down. Remind yourself to use the navel, push it into the spine. That carries you down. And the last one. Out breath as you carry yourself up. Breathe in at the top. Keep the neck and shoulders nice and relaxed and control the movement from the abdominals. Okay. Open the feet just slightly out to the side. We're going to bring the head forward now on an in-breath. So as you breathe in, lift your head forward, reach the arms down along your body. Hold that position, breathe out, and pull your navel into your spine. Breathe in again as you roll your head back down. And just relax as you breathe out. So as you're breathing in, the arms are reaching down your body. That's going to help you keep your shoulders dropped. Breathe out. Pull your navel into your spine. Breathe in again as the head rolls back down. And relax. Breathing in, the arms come up. You're hinging forward off your breastbone. Breathe out. Pull your navel into your spine. The pelvis doesn't move at all on this exercise. Good, I can see that working. Breathe in again as you go down. And breathe out as you relax. You're also beautifully managing to keep your pelvis still, which is a very important part of the exercise. Breathe in as you come forward. Breathe out as you pull your navel down into your spine. Excellent. Can you feel it working now? Yep. Great. Head comes forward. This is the last one. Breathe out. Pull the navel down into your spine. Really make this out breath last on the last one. Breathe in again to go down. And breathe out and relax. Great. Your feet slide back together again. The arms come just slightly out to the side, keeping the soles of the feet flat. The head's going to stay just in the center position. We're going to roll the knees over to one side on the out breath, but keeping the soles of the feet absolutely flat on the mat, on the floor. Breathe out, pull your navel into your spine and pull the movement back into center. So as you're breathing out, you're rolling your knees to one side. Then you're trying to use your center, your abdominals, to pull yourself back. The legs will follow through on the movement quite automatically. Breathing out as you roll your knees to the side. Keep both soles of the feet flat on the mat and pull back using your center. Try really to concentrate the effort into your center and not to use your shoulders to yank yourself back. The more relaxed you can stay across your upper body, the better. And use the abdominals to control back. The breath, to repeat it again, is out breath as you go over, and an in breath to come to center. One more each side, breathing out to go over, and breathe into center. Last one. Breathe out to go over, breathe into center. Using the stomach, draw your navel into your spine, lift the legs up so they're in towards your chest. The arms are out to the side, palms down on the mat. It's the same movement, but now taking it into a slightly bigger rotation. Breathing out, the head's going to turn away from the knees this time. Pin the shoulder you're looking at into the mat and breathe into center. So again, we've got the out breath on the stretch as you take your legs over, and the in breath to use the control to come back into center. Now only do this variation if you felt comfortable on the previous one. In fact, what I mean is only do it if you felt comfortable and you could feel your abdominals working, so that you know that you're supporting it correctly from your abdominals. Each time you roll through that center point, you should also be aware of the fact that your back should be on the mat. In other words, don't arch. Try to pin the shoulder into the mat as you breathe out and come over. Keep that shoulder anchored into the mat. That will stop you going too far. Good. And the last one. Breathing out to go over and breathing into center. Okay, place the feet back down on the mat, hip width, and let's just use the arms to get the breathing working a little bit. Reach the arms up towards the ceiling, the elbows slightly bent. As you breathe in, open the arms out to the side and breathe out to close. As you're doing this, make sure that your chin is dropped slightly so there's length across the back of your neck. Make sure that your upper back is nice and relaxed. The breathing is in as you open the arms out to the side and out as you close the arms back together. Good. Breathing in, the arms open out to the side. Don't try to touch the floor, and breathe out as you close. Just bring them to shoulder width, that's lovely. Breathing in to open and out to close. So it's in breath to open the arms out. You'll feel a little stretch for your chest. Breathe out to close. Don't try to take your arms all the way down towards the floor. An inch or two above the floor is fine so that your shoulder blades can stay spread across your back. Okay, last one. Breathing in to open and breathing out to close. Keep the arms up, turn the palms round. This time we're going to breathe out as one arm goes down along the side, the other arm comes over the head, and breathe in and lift. Breathing out to lower the arms down, keeping that slightly bent elbow as before. Breathe in and lift. Breathe out and reach the arm back. Don't worry about touching the floor again. And breathe in, lift. As the arm reaches back, you'll feel a nice little stretch running down the shoulder as well. Good. Again, the back is comfortably resting on the floor. The arm reaching over your head again does not need to touch the floor. It's more important that your back stays in a good, comfortable position with your navel gently pulled into your spine so that you're supporting your lower back right the way through. Should most definitely not arch off your mat. And let the arms relax down. Bend the knees back in again, drawing your navel into your spine as you do so. We're going into a hundreds exercise. As you breathe in, you're going to bring your head forward, reaching your arms down along your body. Try to hold that position, breathe out and sink your navel into your spine. Now keep going, pumping the arms up and down as you go. Breathing in for about 5 arm movements and breathing out for about 5 movements. Now, the more I can get you to relax the shoulders, the more you're actually going to end up feeling it on your abdominals, which is exactly where this should work. Keep breathing. Make sure that I can hear your out-breath through the mouth. You may need to relax down and rest for a couple of seconds and then have a second go. It's much better to do it well and do less of them than do too many and strain. You've got to start sensing your own body. This is all about body awareness. Breathing out through the mouth, pulling your navel into your spine as you go. It's got 2 more breaths to go. Last one. Keep the shoulders relaxed, keep the elbows bent, and bend your knees in even further towards your chest to rest down, so that again your back is in a nice lengthened position. Okay, the hands come onto your knees now. You're going to continue bringing the head forward. As you breathe in, reach the arms past your knees. Breathe out, lift the arms up and over and round. Come back to your position, breathe in, hold, grab your knees, let your head rest down again. In breath, your head comes forward. The arms go out. Breathe out, stretch the arms over your head and round. Breathing in, hold, create more pull in your stomach. Consolidate the effort before you allow yourself to rest down. So you're breathing in to bring your head forward, the arms reach. You're breathing out as you circle up and round. You breathe in and you hold. And you breathe out and rest. That's nice. Breathing out, stretch the arms round. So you're reaching up towards me, back and round. Breathe in, deepen the effect on the abdominals before you grab your knees and allow yourself to rest. Breathing in, the head comes forward, you're supporting yourself up from there. Breathing out, the arms stretch round. Super, that's it. Breathe in, hold. Breathing out and bend in, that's fine. Last one coming up, breathing in, bring your head forward. Breathe out, stretch your arms round. Breathe in, hold. And breathe out and rest down. Great, make sure that the neck and shoulders relax. You're going to swap your hands onto one leg. Breathing in, bring your head forward. And as you breathe out, stretch just one leg out. Breathing in, bend in, change the legs over. Breathing out and stretch. Lift your shin up a bit on the bent leg so that's parallel to the floor. And lift it, good. Let those shoulders relax. Nice. Breathe out through the mouth, Linda. Super. That's it. Keep pulling your navel tighter and tighter into your spine. And this is the last one. Bend both knees in. Rest the head down so you've got an opportunity to just stretch the lumbar spine. Okay, sitting up next. Okay, the legs extend out in front. Flex the feet very gently so that the toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. Reach the arms out in front of you. Try and imagine you're sitting along the wall, and as you breathe in, roll your head down. As you breathe out, aim your nose in towards your navel. So you're actually trying to round your back as much as you can. You're curling in on yourself, getting a nice curve through the back. Good. Breathe in again as you start to uncurl. Now really let your shoulders relax down your back, but use your stomach still so you're pulling up, sitting up nice and tall. Nice. Breathing in, the head comes forward. Feel the weight of the head. It will help you take the stretch. The more you can curl inwards, the more stretch you're going to end up feeling. Breathe in again to start uncurling. Drop the shoulders and lengthen. Let's do 5 of these. The head rolls forward. Breathe out as you roll inwards. Breathe in again to start to uncurl. Shoulders relax down the back. And great. Okay. Onto the knees. We're just going to work on our arms a little bit more. Now again, lift the arm up. don't forget to keep working the body. The navel stays pulled into the spine. You can hold onto this arm if you want to make sure that the lower part of the arm stays still. Reach the arm up and down again. Now these kind of exercises can actually really benefit from some light weights, just to make you feel a little bit of resistance if you want to. Works quite nicely initially to start out doing them without weights, forcing yourself to feel the muscle and to really make yourself learn to resist. It's very easy to just do the mechanics of the movement. What's important is how you do the movement. Okay, don't forget about the positioning of the body as well. Keep weight on both hips. Just do another 3 on that side and we'll swap to the other side. Great, and let's do the other side. Don't actually lock the elbow. So you're going to a point where the muscles are controlling the entire movement. Don't lock on your joint, but don't put any pressure on your joints. So if you are going to use any weights on these kind of movements, try with a 1 pound weight or a 2 pound weight, something like that, something that you're comfortable with. These are exercises that are really intended to tone and also to help you stretch. So a big bulky weight really won't be helpful. Okay, there's one more arm exercise we're going to do, and that's a biceps curl. Bring your arms up, in towards your shoulders, and then roll them back down again. As you come up, the palms will be leading inwards, and then lower back down again. Now again, make yourself resist the movement. So you're not just going through the motion, you're really making yourself work the muscle at the same time. You're keeping the elbows tucked in, so again you're actually trying to isolate and work on the biceps muscle. So you're actually working on this muscle here. Keep the palms outwards, and as you're coming down, that's when you rotate them back in. Great. Right, so leave the arms for a moment and go onto the legs. Okay, lying down on the back again. Now, if you're finding it uncomfortable for the neck, you can easily use a little cushion on this. Stretch one leg down along the floor. Make sure that your back isn't arching, you've got one knee bent up. Stretching through the toes, so you're reaching through the toes. As you breathe out, lift the leg up till it's in line with the bent leg. Flex the foot and reach for the heel to lower down. Let's go through the breathing there. You breathe in, stretch the foot, breathe out, lift. Breathe in, change the foot again, breathe out and lower. Good. That's right, remember to keep the abdominal work going, it's super. That's very important that you keep your back in a good position. You should be pulling your navel into your spine as you're doing this. 1, to ensure that your pelvis stays in a still or in a stabilized position. And 2, it will also make it easier to lift the leg up, and it will protect your back at the same time. So you're basically getting used to that feeling of your abdominals working to support and hold your back for you, to take the pressure off your lower back in particular. Good. Okay, make yourself pull in from here. Nice. Good, your shoulders are relaxing much more. Now swap round, let's do the other side as well. So you're breathing out as you lift the leg up, breathe in, flex, breathe out, lower. Good. It's also an opportunity to really move through the foot too. That's nice. Good. Keep relaxing the ribs down. Drawing the navel into the spine each time you lift. Reach through the heels so you can feel it stretching down the back of the leg, particularly on your way down. Make sure that you're keeping equal weight across both hips. Don't let the non-moving side lift up off the mat. Keep that pin down into the floor. So again, your abdominals are going to be doing that for you, stabilizing the position of your pelvis. Okay, on to the next one, which is a variation. Swap round to the other leg again. This time we're going to lift the shin up, bending the knee, hold the knee still, stretch through the back of the leg, flex the foot, reach through the heel to lower. Again, don't rest it, bend your knee in. Extend through the back of the leg, flex and lower. The breathing on this one is again Breathing out as you lift and extend. Breathe in, change the foot. Breathe out to lower. Breathe in, point. Breathe out, it bend and extend. Change the foot on the in-breath. Breathe out as you lower. Okay. Try not to snap into the knee though. Actually control, particularly on this point, control the extension was much better. Good. Okay. As you lower the leg, reach the heel away from you. Yeah, did you feel that stretch?
Yeah.
It was visual as well. We could instantly see a difference. So your foot is actually working on this exercise as well. Try to really push through the foot. Don't just hinge backwards and forwards. Okay, other side. Bend the knee in, extend through the back of the leg, change the foot in the in-breath, breathe out to lower down. Again, don't rest the leg in between. Try to make sure that you're keeping your bent knee beautifully in line. Don't let it roll out. So you should be able to sense equal weight on both your little toe and on your big toe as you're doing this. Again, this exercise could be done with some light weights. Don't start with anything heavier than a pound. Okie doke. On to the side then next. Bend both knees in. Make sure that your back is nice and flat. Stretch the top leg out just slightly, keeping the foot flexed and rotated inwards. Lift the leg up a couple of inches and lower it back down. Small movement, don't go up too high because you want to keep the length across your waistline. So try to reach the leg out and away from you all the way through. So the heel's actually visually leading up towards the ceiling. Good. Shoulders stay nice and relaxed. The stomach beautifully pulled in, that's great. Nice work. That was 7. Finish the exercise by bringing the leg back on top of the other one to avoid any pull across the hip. On the next exercise, bend one leg up in front of you, or even better, use a towel or a cushion to support the leg position. The cushion's actually there to help you keep the position across your pelvis. Stretch the bottom leg out, rotate the heel towards the ceiling, and yes, inner thigh working. 2, 3, good. Again, we're going to try and do 20 of this one. Now this should be getting you on the inside of like your inner thigh, right across the top of it. Don't forget all the rules from beforehand. Keep your navel pulled into your spine. Keep your back supported right the way through. Try not to tense up on the shoulder. The more you can just get that one muscle working, the better. So you're really isolating the effect into that area. Let's do the other side. Both knees in to start with. That is really just to help you get the position. Actually, you could literally imagine you were lying against the wall. That would work beautifully if it was difficult to feel the position on one's own. Flex the foot, keep the knee slightly released so there's no pressure. There's a slight inwards wrap on the leg and it's lift and lower. Good. Don't rush. Don't lock that knee, and when you finish, that's right, rest it on there. Okay, I'll give you your cushion. Thank you. Okay, stretch that leg out. Hang on, let me just bring this one back a little bit more. There you go. Right. Try to lift through the heel first. Hold on a moment for me. Rotate. Yeah. You feel the difference that makes? It's almost as if you're presenting the inner thigh against the effort, and then automatically gets more opportunity that way to work it. Yeah, it does make a difference. But that's the whole issue with a lot of exercise techniques, that the more precise you are in your placement, the more controlled you're working, actually the exercise will work much better. So even if you're going to do less of them, you're actually going to get more out of it, just purely from a quality point of view. Turn over onto your knees, folding the body forwards and towards them so that your forehead will rest gently on the floor, and allow the arms to relax down along the side of the body. This position allows the back to both lengthen and to relax. It's also an ideal opportunity to work on practicing the breathing. Great. Just giving the back a really nice stretch and almost a feeling of lengthening across the back. Good. It's also a really good opportunity to practice with the breathing, so that as you're breathing in, you'll feel the way your arms open sideways, and you breathe out and the arms come in together. Yes, I can really feel that. It feels nice on the back as well, the breathing. So you really feel the way the back is extending sideways. Lateral breathing as it's referred to. Good. Uncurl your back and come into a sitting position. Place your feet on the floor, hip width apart, ready for our last abdominal exercise. The legs out in front, nice and close. The closer you bring your feet in, the harder it's going to be. The hands behind you. Again, you're using the imaginary wall. Use your hands to help a little bit if you need to, but try to use your stomach and sit up as tall as you can. Reach first one arm, then the other arm in front of you, and use that to help you stretch and lift, and then support yourself again. So imagine your wall behind you. Reach the arm forward. Let that help you pull you up and out of your waistline a little bit more. Great. Hold that position now. Breathe in as you are. As you breathe out, roll yourself back just a little way. Don't drop your head down, but keep your shoulders nice and relaxed into an abdominal position. Stay there and breathe in. Tighten the navel even deeper into your spine as you breathe out and roll back up. Breathe in as you are. Breathe out, roll yourself back down, keep your neck and shoulders nice and relaxed. The elbows bent will help. Stay there, breathe in, and breathe out again as you roll back up. Watch the shoulders, they're trying very much to help you. Again, it's a dominant area, the shoulders of the body. You're breathing out as you're going down, that's right. So if they have a chance, they'll take the work off your abdominals. The more you make them relax, the more you're going to feel it on your abdominals. Breathing out, yeah. Breathing's perfect, good. On the next exercise, you're going to use a wall for support. So bring your mat with you. Okay, having placed both feet against the wall, make sure that your feet are just slightly higher than your knees. Make sure that you can feel your big toe as well as your little toe against the wall. The knees are open in line with your feet, in line with your hips. Using the same principles we used on the pelvic tilt exercise, in that first one where we started activating our abdominals. You're going to breathe in as you are, then as you breathe out, you're going to use the control on your abdominals. That's going to pull your navel into your spine again for you. It's going to allow you to tilt your pelvis, and you're going to roll through the back, through each vertebra separately, up onto your shoulder blades. Breathe in at the top, and as you breathe out, peel yourself back down again, creating space from one vertebra to the next. Try to feel 3 inches between each vertebra. Roll all the way back down till your tailbone hits the mat. You're not actually going to arch, just to flat. Breathe in as you are. As you breathe out, your navel pulls into your spine. That's going to carry you up. Try to still feel the big toe and the little toe on the wall. Breathe in at the top. Just go onto your shoulder blades. Again, you do not want to arch your back when you're up there. And roll through the spine, vertebra by vertebra. Should feel really nice in the back. You've warmed up your back. You've been using your abdominals through the routine. Now you're really putting this into practice. Getting nice length through the spine. You find there's an area that doesn't really want to move very well. That's the point where you've really got to focus your abdominals, where you've really got to control the movement. Put extra pressure into pushing your navel into your spine at that point so you can feel the way you're gradually getting the back to move and become more flexible. Having a flexible back is going to make your life a lot easier, in particular if you've got your abdominals working to support it. So it's a vertebra by vertebra movement as you roll through that we're looking for here. Control through the abdominals. So you breathe in at the bottom. As you breathe out, the navel is pulled into the spine. That will carry you up onto your shoulder blades. Take the in-breath, taking the breath into the back as before, and breathe out again and roll back down, placing each vertebra down onto the mat surface. Okay. In-breath at the bottom. Breathe out as you go up. Breathing out through your mouth. Try to think of breathing out through a straw. That will give you control over the length of the breath. And breathe out as well as you roll down. Be consciously aware of the fact that you've got to roll the front of your body down too. So your rib cage has to take the same movement as your spine's taking. Breathing out as you go up. Take the in-breath at the top. And think of rolling the front of your body, in particular your rib cage, down with you. It will help the movement. Just one more. Breathe in. Keeping the neck and shoulders relaxed, make sure that your chin is dropped so there's length across the back of the neck. Breathe in at the top and breathe out again as you roll back down. Try to make sure that your knees stay in line with your feet right the way through the exercise. That's good. You can come away from the wall again now. Use your abdominals to sit up. Okay, to work on stretching the neck, let's just tilt the head to one side. Center it. Take your time so you can feel the stretch running down the side of the neck. Yeah, taking your time so you can actually feel that stretch. How does that feel?
Yeah, feels good.
Just one more to each side. That's great. Now add your hand into the movement. Grab a hold of your ear. Keep your chin tucked in again. And just gently relax in this position. We're only going to do this once, so just breathe and relax for a moment in this position. Keep the stretch there very gentle. It's a very delicate area of your body. Great. And swap over to the other side. So you're holding over the head onto the ear. Don't let your shoulder lift. As you pull away, think of pulling away from your shoulder so your shoulder stays down. The stretch runs down along the side of your neck. Great. Interlock the hands behind your head. Again, the chin stays tucked in. You're going to roll your head forward. You'll feel the stretch running down the back of the neck, and then gently, very gently, resist as you bring your head back up, keeping the chin in all the time. Roll the head forward. Don't worry so much about the breathing on this, just relax. If anything, you want to breathe out as you stretch. Very gently, resist as you come back up, meaning that you're going to push the chin into the back of the neck to keep the neck long as you come up. Good. And then as a variation, bring your elbows forward. Again, roll the head in. You'll feel the stretch travel slightly lower down into your back, onto your shoulder blades more. Okay, remember to keep the position across your body. So you're keeping the principles from before. This is your last one. And let the head lift up. Okay, let your arms just drop. Going over your shoulder, nod your head 3 times. Swap to the other side and nod 3 times. And swap to the other side. That's it, right. Don't lift your chin up as you pass through the middle there. Okay. Lift the shoulders up, rotate them. Lifting up and rotating, letting them drop down the back. Just getting movement into that area that tends to be very tight. And swap round the other way. To finish off with the upper back, as you breathe in, lift the shoulders and drop them. And lift and let them drop. Good. One more. Yay, nice. Lie down on your back again. Let's also work on stretching the legs. Holding onto the leg, You can use a towel to bridge the gap. Just pull the leg gently towards you, creating a stretch down the back of your leg. Again, try to relax and just to breathe in this position. That will help you stretch. And swap over to the other leg. Gently flex the foot, that will help you, other way around, that will help you feel a bit more. Now you should be getting a stretch down the back of your leg. Brilliant, okay. Good. Don't tense your shoulders, keep your upper back nice and relaxed. Great. Okay, lower the leg. Sit yourself up again, this time with the soles of the feet together. Just hold on to the ankles. This is going to give you stretch on the inside of the thigh. Just fold your body over slightly, that will help you feel it. And again, just breathe and relax in this position. There's no need to rock or to try and bounce. Just literally relax and you'll feel the stretch running through the inside of the thighs and just gently down the back as well. Although your back should feel nice and supple and warm having done those exercises. Another muscle that is very important to stretch is the buttock muscle. Lie down on your back again. Cross one foot over the knee and then lift the knee that the foot's on up towards you. Taking your hands through to hold onto your thigh, or if you can, above your knee. Try bringing that arm through the leg. Yeah, it's just a bit easier in terms of the position for your shoulder. Okay. That's it. Now you should be getting that quite nicely across there. Yeah? Is that where you're feeling it?
Yeah.
Not pulling anywhere else?
No.
Okay. It's quite an intense stretch actually. Good. Okay, the other side as well. Cross it over. That's good. You do have to be careful in these kind of stretches that you actually stay square. Yeah, can you feel the way all your weight was rolling in my direction? So you can actually feel equal amount of weight on both hips. That's nice. Let the feet go back down again. Roll over onto your stomach. If you bend one knee up for me, okay, and actually grab a hold of the foot, so bring one arm back, and then just gently pull that in towards you, right. Now you should be getting the stretch running nicely down the front of your thigh. Now you could actually do this standing up, but the nice thing about doing it lying down is your body's being supported for you. There's less danger of you doing it in a position that's not good for your back. Okay? Swap round and release and do the other side as well. Good. Try to rest your head down in between if you can, so there's no strain at all across your upper back and neck. And relax the leg down. Bring your arms along your side, quite close in towards your body. Actually bend them up so you run just underneath your armpits. Take an in-breath as you are. Keep your navel pulled into your spine. As you breathe out, push away from your arms and gently lift your chest up. Breathe in at the top and breathe out again as you go back down. Try to lengthen and reach through the top of your head, through the crown of your head as you go down. Breathe in. Keep the shoulders dropped. That's lovely. Okay. And lower down again. As you're going down, think of traveling away. Yes, so you're really getting the length. Reach through the head, through the crown of your head as you lower yourself back down. Try not to throw your head back at all. Breathing out as you lift. Breathe in at the top. And breathe out again to lower back down. Reaching forward so you're lengthening your spine as you're coming down. Last one. Breathe in at the bottom. Breathe out as you come up. Keep the length through the spine. Keep your navel pulling in to support your lower back. And lower yourself down. Use your arms to support you. Lift up onto your knees. You're going to come onto your knees, lifting and curving through the back. Right. Curve through the back so you can round it. And uncurl into the sitting position. Keep your abdominals working. Take a step forward, put a hand on your knee to help you push up, and you should feel nice, stretched, lengthened and tall. Okay, before we go, I'd like to just remind you of some of the key positions you'll come across during the workout. It's vital that you pay particular attention to these points in order to maximize the benefits of the exercises. To avoid arching your back, pull your navel into your spine, which will keep your back pressed firmly against the floor. Your shoulders will have a tendency to hunch up, so make sure you relax them down at all times and keep your neck long. Don't let them hunch up like this, but soften them down and lengthen down the back. Bring the head forward, starting the hinge movement from the breastbone. This will bring your head well forward over your body, not back like this. So keep the head well forward over the body with the shoulders relaxed, the neck lengthened. Not back like this. Rest your hands on your back in this position to practice the breathing. As you take the in-breath, you should feel your back expand with the intake of air. During the out-breath, use slight pressure with the arms and hands to feel the back narrow again.